Internet, this is E. Schrodinger's cat here with another episode of Age of Engineering. Off camera, when I get done doing this lag spike, I can show you what I've done. I've been waiting for Iridium to build up. But in the meantime, I've been doing some building here, finally make this room not look like crap. It still looks like crap from the other side, if I get up here. But, most importantly, it doesn't look like crap in there, which is nice because, yeah, it looks like crap over here. Which is nice because we spend a lot of time in here because this is where all of our processing is. So, yeah, I'm in a little bit of a waiting phase because the next step in our adventure is to unlock Age 6, you need a atomic calculator, for which you need an atomic assembly, for which you need 4 atomic modules, which each require 4 iridium ore, so that's a total of 16 iridium ore. And we only have 13, and they take a long time. So, there's gonna be some waiting involved, and probably some building, so this episode might be a little bit different. I don't know, I have this glass new sort of thing here. I'm gonna have this courtyard area, with this acting as grass, this concrete powder acting as grass, and probably gonna add some alien plants or something. The building's gonna continue this way, and I think I'm gonna have like, either like an atrium or a walkway that way, or something like that. But, yeah, I guess I need to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I added these things to the floor again, and this white, thing here to help break up this wall. But yeah, this room finally looks good. It's been too long, but we're starting to get there. I want to do an experiment because I am, of course, a scientist and I believe in the power of science. I know that carrying the regular fuel rods kills you, grammar, but does the deleted fuel rod? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Worth it. But actually, it won't kill me because it's only... Oh, yeah, it'll definitely... Yeah, it killed me. But that was for science. We did it for science, and I feel fulfilled personally. Oh, and I made a resource miner off camera. I didn't do it... I didn't do it on camera because it's literally the exact same thing as the Void the Void ore miner, except instead of the ore miner controller, you craft the resource miner controller, and it's not really giving us that much stuff. This has been running for several hours in game time, but the important thing is we're getting mica, which is what we need for the higher tiers of the ore miner. It occurs to me that you don't actually need these resources to get to tier 2, you just need it to get to tier 3, so the things over here, all these holes that I made, assuming I would have to make all 4 tiers, probably not gonna be as useful, but that's okay, we can put something cosmetic in them. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to tier 4, because it seems like something I could feasibly do once we get an atomic calculator and once we fight some withers. But, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it doesn't matter. Regardless, if I don't end up filling all of these spots with void ore and void resource miners, I'll just fill them with something cosmetic and it'll be fine. Have I mentioned how annoying these are to do? I haven't complained about this yet, and I feel it's not just for me to do something without complaining about it. I feel like I'm leaving everyone out. They don't get to hear the complaining. I feel like I've denied someone a privilege of the excruciatingly painful experience of listening to me complain about things you don't care about. But, yeah, I'm doing this stuff, and this starting to do it over here and over there. It's the same kind of grass-like, sand-ish thing that I did down here, and these look really good, but they take a long time, and they're a pain in the ass, because they're super boring to do. And, yep, that fulfills my complaining quota. 14 iridium now. I got some stuff in my inventory, a bunch of blocks. I don't know which ones I'm gonna use, because I finished up the ground area over here. Well, not finished. I kind of in progress. I didn't do layers up here because if I put one more layer up, it's a spawnable spot. Right now, it's not a spawnable spot because basically that's just how it goes. Like, this layer right here is not at the top of a block, it is one layer before, and so thusly, this is going to turn to clay when I break it, yep. So thusly, you know, we're a little bit restricted on that. I didn't think it through that much, but, I'm thinking here would be a good place for a tree. Alien tree, of course, being that we are on an alien planet. Yeah, let's turn off those yellow lines so we can not have to think about them, so that we can ignore any of the looming threats that we be that's good grammar. That we be facing. Good. I'm nailed it. I'm a professional talker, talking professionally for you with my perfect language grammar. I don't know how big I want to go with this. I kind of want it to be more of like a cute little bonsai thing because it is kind of an interior garden. It's gonna be, I think I'm gonna have like a glass roof or something, and it's gonna be open here. So I don't know. I don't want to go huge. I don't want it to dominate, or maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I do want it to dominate the area. I shouldn't say until it's built because I can't make assumptions right. Does that look like a good height for a tree? I have an idea for this tree. Let me work out the trunk of this tree out a little bit. I brought it down from the half block scale that it was to the 8th block scale that it is now, and it's looking definitely more like a worm, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm also starting to add these little clay little bits, and I'm thinking I might wrap this around the outside, like it's a growth on the, is it bark? I don't know, I guess it would be bark. Let's call it bark for now, of the tree. And I see a creeper over there, but fortunately, due to our exceptionally well-designed chisel and bit defense system, that creeper is unable to reach us and to hurt us. So, flawless design, zero problems whatsoever with anything, really. I mean, creeper's gonna spawn, you know, and they're totally immobilized, so perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that around a little bit more. So I got this here, and I did some of this on camera, but then I realized that I hadn't started recording, so I was talking to myself for a little while I was doing this, and I guess I had fun, so if I had fun, then I guess it's worth it. But yeah, I got these things coming wrapping around here. I got it wrapping in a clockwise direction, even though it's all branches and stuff. It looks spirally because I have the things all curving clockwise. And I added these sand bits up here to kind of highlight it, and also because there's a lot of grayness and to both of these textures, both the clay and the blue slime dirt. So I wanted a very contrasting color, the yellow, to kind of bring out the hues of it as opposed to the grayness of it. And I am definitely aware that it looks like a dick. Okay, I'm aware of that. And I don't know if what I'm about to do is gonna fix or make that worse. But we'll just have to live with it. That's a reality that we have to live with. Okay, I actually think that somewhat remedies the phallic conundrum we were facing earlier. But ignore the end stone, that's just scaffolding. The top definitely needs some definition. I'm going for, like, one of those willow trees, but, you know, alien planet style. And this is super flat up here, so I guess, not that scale. That's not the scale we're using. I find it important, and I've mentioned this in the past, but not for a while, to stay consistent when you're, in terms of chisel and bits, or maybe just in general, in terms of consistent scale. You don't want to have one side of your thing be at 8th block scale and the other side of your thing be at, you know, half block scale. It'll look weird if you have material, and that's different for different materials. You know, down here when I'm doing this, the slimy dirt is at 8th block scale and the clay is at 16th block scale, but it works because all of the clay is consistently the same material at the same scale, and all of the slimy slime thing is 8th block, and all of this is, you know, it's consistent within the materials. The changes in the scale look to the eye to be more like just differences in the texture of the material and whatnot. So, I got this here now, and it's looking pretty boring. I'm thinking I might try and mix in some concrete dust, orange concrete dust, maybe, potentially, if I can go get that. I shouldn't have took down that scaffolding. Now I need to put it back up. I don't know why I did that. I think it was just so that I could have something to do while I was talking, but I didn't take into account that would just require me to do more talking as I go and I fix the thing that I was trying to do in the first place. Yeah, right. I'm trying to blend this stem, bark, trunk thing into the bottom side just by like sprinkling this on. And having it blend in a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna add a transitional color. I haven't decided that yet, but it might be fine without it. It depends what it looks like when I this is a strategy I employ. It's called the lazy jump. Too lazy to put up scaffolding, so you just jump. And it gets it's a good workout too. It gets your legs, gets your glutes all worked out. Have a nice butt, you know. Get all those jumping muscles in. You have a rock hard ass, showing off to the ladies. All right, that should be enough to blending it in a little bit. Just to make it seem like it actually, you know, makes contact with. That doesn't look very good, to be honest. Doesn't look good at all. I'm thinking I might need to add a little bit more, like, I don't know, texture or form to it. It looks too blobby is the problem. So maybe adding these little spindly things will add some form to it, but it's not just splopped on there like I took a glob of, you know, Elmer's glue and tried to stick it on there, and somehow it stayed, but only in this, like, globular form. But does that work? Is that good? That's okay. I need one this way. There's a big flat area over here, but the problem is we're running out of top part. We're running out of top part to spider on. Well, that's a problem. That should be... I dub thee good enough. I'm gonna go get some concrete powder. 15 iridium! Concrete installed, and I think that makes it look a lot better, makes it look a lot more interesting, and the orange color is a lot nicer. It has that kind of saturated bit, and then it also has the darker bit, so I think it's a good mix. Now I'm gonna take this grass stuff, I guess, and I'm gonna see what happens when I, like, kind of, like, poke the grass up around the tree, because, I mean, if you're mowing grass, it's gonna, you know, when you mow grass, there's a little bit next to stuff that you can't mow, because the mower, you get in there and it's like, nope, I'm too big because I'm a mower and you're trying to put me in a place I'm not supposed to be, and so all the grass by all the stuff gets super long at the edges, and that's what I'm trying to implement here. They tried to keep it all nice and neat, but they could not overcome the forces of physics and collision. And yeah, that looks cool, and it gives, you know, if I were to put all this detail into all of the grass, it would look too busy. It would just look, or it wouldn't look like grass, it would look like something else. Or, I mean, it doesn't really look like grass right now, it looks like sand, but whatever, sand, grass, sass, or grand, potentially, grand, you want to have the detail where the eye is already focused, so that the little details like these don't take focus away from the big things like these, and you still get a sense that they are wrapped in the environment too. And it also helps break up these little squares right here, which are kind of ugly, and it makes the tree look like it's part of the ground versus plop on top of the ground. And I can have a little few splashes out here, kind of like a gradient of noise, a little bit over here, and so it doesn't look all sudden and stuff. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Again, it's nighttime. Naturally, because I'm recording, it becomes nighttime, but yeah, that's looking pretty good. We have 16 iridium! Time to start crafting some things! Ah, crap. I forgot that, I was so focused on the iridium that I forgot So 1, and each one of these, so times 8, that's 8. And each one of these requires 4 of these, right? So that's 32. And each one of these requires 4 steel. So that means I need 4 stacks of steel, and I only have 1. So I guess I'm doing some more waiting. I found a new route up here that doesn't involve the slime sling. You gotta go up here, and then you gotta jump to here, and then up here, and then up here, and I don't even have to have the slime sling at all. It's perfect. Yeah, I've gotten to that point in waiting where I'm starting to do parkour. Yep. Another thing I could add is potentially some mini ones of these. So like a little patch of them right here. And like that. This may not be the best scale to start with. I probably should just start on this scale because that's what this is anyway, and we're doing a small thing, so it'll be better, right? Theoretically, in theory, different orders of doing this, like different, you start at a certain block scale and you go down by certain increments, will give you a different looking product, a different looking form, because your workflow is different. So yeah, it's it's just why if I were to make another one, I wouldn't start at the small level because it would give me a different workflow, a different process or whatever, a different algorithm for creating the thing. But we have this, and then let's get. I forgot to boop, and then boop. This is how I get bits because I'm too lazy to find them in the bag. And then I can come across here with this. It's gonna be a little annoying actually, considering I can't get underneath here. There was at one point a mod in, I believe, Foolcraft that let you lie down prone, but it turned out to have massive memory leaks, so I can't add that one. It was more player models, I think was the mod, and it had they have to take it out of Foolcraft because it had massive memory leaks. But boy, was it useful. Not worth the 2 extra gigabytes of RAM I had to allocate, but still nice, still pretty nice. This is looking terrible, to be perfectly honest. This looks terrible. I wish I could just no clip. You know what? I wish upon if I could wish upon the stars, I would wish for a way of being able to place blocks, but just being not having collisions, so I could just get down and I don't know. That doesn't look very good. It doesn't look good, guys. I think I know how to solve this problem. It's the only way. I must destroy everything so that I can get underneath and make pretties. Yes, this is how we do things here. We destroy in order to create. So poetic. We're so very poetic. It's like Shakespeare up in this place. We're Shakespeareing up the bits. I don't actually know if that's related to anything that has happened in Shakespeare's work, but I'm quoting a well-known poet to make myself sound like I am educated. So, did it work? I don't know. You decide. Like, comment, just share, follow, tweet me if you like shameless inclusions of cultural names for the sake of making me look more intelligent, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do. But I think this is starting to look better when I actually get underneath it. Yeah, actually getting underneath it's helping a lot, because it's giving me those dangly things. Let's get that out of the way while I'm dangling down the dangles, and then I can put them back later. And here, good? No, probably not. Not great. Subpar. Really, I would classify it as subpar. But let's see. Doop. And is that good? Like I don't even know. I don't know, guys. My brain is dead from, I don't know, just existing. Really, the pointlessness of existence kind of fries your brain after a while. I think part of the problem is this is not distributed like up there. It's like in clumps because I was only using the orange to form it, and that made it look weird. So maybe if I re-add some of the red sand, it will look better. Yes, yeah, I like that. And then I can do the thing. I can put this back before I forget and don't know how to put it back. Boop, perfect. Now, no one knew. No one can say that I ever did anything bad to the ground. There's no evidence. Hopefully nobody caught this on video, because that would be some pretty damning evidence of my rampant destruction and chaos. Now we get the grass around here, and we don't have to do as much grass because it's smaller, so it's gonna disturb the grass less. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. I might add a few more of those around here, and in my waiting time. That is a flat wall. We're up to 2 stacks of steel now, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm starting to work out this wall because I've been super tired of this being open, and I want to start closing this off. And I think at this point, I'm gonna turn this corner and have just a bridge do something else at this point, and try and get a wall going on this side, because we've been kind of expanding the base, but not with any walls, so I'm trying to get it to look like an actual structure as opposed to just a bunch of rooms floating in the abyss with completely undone ugly outsides. So this white detail up here is the same detail that is in here, so I thought that added some consistency. I'm hoping that the white bright whiteness will not stand out too much from the darker colors that we have going on in this base. I'm hoping it will tie into, because we already have some light colors with the clay and even with the cobblestone. So I'm hoping just to get all the gradients of those different shades in here working together to make it look like it's not standing out too much. Do I want to bring just another line of this white pattern here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a good enough spot. That'll be good. That seems like something I can reach for a reasonable amount of time in order to see whether this idea will work or not. And jump, and jump, and can I get, nope, nope, that's it. That's all we're getting. No. That looks stupid. Vertical lines? We want to do some vertical lines? I don't know. Let's try putting one on the other side so it's symmetrical. We're gonna have to do it like this. And I didn't bring more than one bit pattern, so we're gonna do it one block at a time. Boy, this sure is riveting. This was a great idea to start recording right now. I surely will not regret this later. Most certainly not. How do I get down from here? I need blocks in my inventory. I am trapped inside of a block. This could be a problem. Hopefully I can place block. Yep, can I get, yes, yep. And then we can finish this, finish that. I rotated it. Whatever. I can finish it the old-fashioned way with my own 2 working hands. And then we can come like this, and we can try and do it the other way. Hold on. Let me expedite the process a little bit with that methodology of... I should probably just stop talking when I don't have anything to say. But, you know what? That would be smart, and that's not what we're about here. We're not about doing things smart. We're about doing things with style. If it's smart but it doesn't have style, then it's not for me. I don't care how intelligent and easy it makes my life. If it doesn't have enough style, it's not worth it. And that's my life lesson to you kids. If it doesn't up your swagger, then what is even the point? I do think we shall keep those vertical lines, and I think, I don't think we should put in more of them. Maybe one more in the middle, but maybe windows into another room that's in there, so that we don't waste that space or something like that, because we have a lot of flat walls with no windows. I mean, obviously we have these 2 windows right here, but what can more windows hurt? What we could do is add a smaller line. like one that's not as thick as the one above, but smaller to sort of accentuate or exacerbate. I don't think that's the right word, exacerbate, but just highlight the the design. What I don't want to do is tend into the medieval style of walls, because that's not what we're going for, and that is my most comfortable style to build in, so I have to make a habit of making sure that I don't emulate the same style even when I'm trying to go for different styles. So let's not vein mine this wall while it's still connected. That is a knotting pickaxe. There we go. We can look at how that looks like. I do like that. I don't think that looks too medieval. If I get some windows and make sure to make the windows kind of squarish, it won't look too medieval. So I guess I will try doing that. So I just lost about 6-7 minutes of footage because I don't know, my press record button didn't trigger, which I don't know what that's about. I haven't had that problem for like a while, and then all of a sudden today I'm just having trouble getting the recording buttons, and could potentially be my fault, completely my fault. It's probably completely my fault, and forgetting to press the button, but I'm gonna blame it on technical problems anyway, because that takes the pressure off of myself and lets me sleep at night. So yeah, I added more poles. I added this clay backdrop that we have in some of the other buildings to try and tie it in. It definitely stands out a lot from the other parts of the building, but I think when we get, I mean, we're gonna build this all up pretty far, and the more different parts, the more kinds of these, the more times this repeats, it'll establish a pattern when I have white stuff up there, and it will break up a lot of the black and gray that we have in the rest of the building. Like potential, like I can add a white area like over there, and it'll kind of draw it in. Hello, Squish Squash. Interrupted my video, ruining my sound. Thanks. Where's my... Do I even have it? There we go. Dealt with. Mischief managed. But that is actually all the time I have for this video. Unfortunately, I did lose some of that footage. But it's, you know, it's the end of day 2, and I try to get these out every couple days. But I will try and gather enough steel. I miscalculated the sheer amount of steel required to make these. I hadn't been making steel because I had a backlog, and I naively just sort of forgot to make steel. I'm like, I won't need it. And now that I need 4 stacks of it for one thing, it's a bit of a challenge. But I will have that stuff crafted for the beginning of next episode, and we'll get to age 8 and do all the stuff with the atomic calculator and all that stuff. So for now, I'm gonna say good day to you, Internet, and thank you for watching.